Dana, did you find all your claims? Did you make new ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
We always show him like 5 different spots. I said, Morris,
What about, are they deep enough in that old dry ground, maybe?
what I told you last time about no moisture in the ground, it saves a lot.
You can put a water hose on it or something. Or something.
Right now, we still don't have to go in there and start those. They get all this.
But the insurance on coverage, correct? This is the main thing right there. We've been zapped over, what, 3 times this year, I guess, 2 or 3 times this year.
Well, the man said to drive up, sure it's got a brand new job, maybe 1 acre down into the ground would be 1 more.
How far you'd have to go to get water?
We all utilize that tire. I know there's different antennas. My point of it is, you pass some of that along to people that's using the tire.
We have no agreements in writing, do that, we got started a new contract.
Because I remember at one time the boat down here wanted to put up a tire. Was it the boat?
No,
Or
it was
large
large.
company was wanting to, and they decided against it or whatever. That was just a thought, you know.
So it actually belongs to us, liability wise, we're liable for it. Patrick, when I talked to Patrick last time, he said he didn't think private businesses need to be in the government.
Okay, if the lightning struck and hurt one of the other businesses that's on that tire, are we liable? So we need something to cover ourselves on that.
We're not charging any rent, are we?
No. So we need some kind of insurance to cover that, because if some agency got their tire on our, antenna on our tire.
Well, I just wonder if we're not saving any rent off of it, it would be.
That's what we will.
Find out about that.
Nobody else, just complained about the lightning strike in this one.
We're just coming in on your line only, not anybody else's line.
So are you the hands on?
Who was up there a couple months ago climbing that down on this very thing? You gonna do it again?
Yeah. Motorola hires him, and then the insurance company will pay for the road. Very accurate, it's the only one I know right now.
Tim, Jack myself over there locally,
Yeah.
you know, Jack, but I mean, I think he does. Walk over to the train captain over there. I think he's good. Or has somebody there, so he's very good at it or something.
And hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll find out. We're still operating.
There's still some distortion here and there, though, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I didn't know this, because it's the same thing I did before 4 years ago. Most of it, you notice, it's come from the work area. Why, maybe it's the way it's turned, I don't know, that's where most of it is, it's the way it was before.
Has that been converted over that new frequency yet?
Yeah, we're all here.
Okay. Oh, that's all, about all sorts of things over, getting so much. Huh?
We got our fair share left.
Maybe that new frequency is throwing out some kind of frequency valve to just attract that electricity. I don't know how that works. Why do some people get struck by lightning more than once, you know, that kind of thing.
Did you find any mistakes there?
What do we look like money-wise? Paying bills, Steve?
Yeah, we have, what brought in $119,000. The state is still behind quite a bit, but can't anticipate when it's gonna come in. try to pay some, anything over 30 days especially. You haven't brought one with you today?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. We'll definitely not knock out the 60-day ones, and you don't have any highlighted, none of that. Oh, yeah, you do right here, just a minute.
That's last week.
And then you work on the food.
You highlighted the big ones.
Somebody has to take code.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week.
Let's don't make it any more confusing.
But it is, get by, we'll get today, and then it all comes out.
Yeah.
We will definitely do all the 60s and maybe try to pick out a couple of them that you want to highlight on first, so you won't be cut off on gas and things like that.
John, you know, Peggy, your wife,
Yes.
she told me last night I talked to her. She works with, through the state with, young, I think speech.
Speech pathologist, yes.
And I think she said they can pay her like 8 months.
She has benefits through the state.
That's just the way you got it written. Metropolis water, $4,000. You're talking about water, light, and everything. Okay. I was hoping not just the water bill was $4,000. No surprise nowadays. Well, we got to pay that. We don't want to shut it off. Yeah, in a minute. In a minute. Food service. We'll get at least one of them.
What road blood, that lose, blood,
Yes, we use jail,
all the real things.
What about those? All the 16 ones I got marked.
Yeah.
What you mean, right there?
Say what you say.
This one? Oh, this one just.
Yep, that was it.
Okay. So you're running down to capacity now, huh? Got everybody off the floor.
Yeah, we all got one day.
Now behaving herself over there. Don't make them behave themselves, you'll take the TV away from them. Don't put that pipe in there and get to watch soap operas.
Pull the shower off the wall in that.
You not happy or what?
It's in their nerves, so he's not, definitely not happy.
Just go ahead and send him off somewhere else. We don't need that kind of people over there.
They just turn the front on,
We just want good crooks over there. We don't need bad ones.
charge you. Got another charge on him now, it's kind of name spot.
Okay, Ted, be careful out there. Thank you.
I'll let you read this.
Be right with you, Gary.
I got all the answers and I got a chance to investigate this one out. But apparently this guy wants to take this to the news media. Apparently since he's contacted us, so we'll just bring it out in the news media instead of him coming and talking to me. And that's fine. That's his decision. But I have all the facts and everything, so I really can't do that.
I hadn't even thought about it. I just talked to a fellow that worked with state board of elections, suggested that might be a good gesture to have relations with them sometime in the future.
We definitely pass on to Jason, he should be coming in this time.
They divided money, just the postage alone, probably over $8,000.
Really?
And then plus they mailed them off in Springfield.
What's this November election going to cost us, roughly, off the ballpark figure?
25,000, 30,000.
30,000 for election. Well, it has to be done, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't. I'd hate to think where we'd all be if we didn't vote.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely did, bad shot. Bad shot.
Gerald, what that is, and I'll let Michelle read it, that's state board, of course, I had not done a voter registration first, and mainly because we just didn't have the money for the postage. And they offered, if I printed up VR cards for the purge, I shipped them to the state board of elections, they used their postage, and their employees to send them out. Of course, I mean, that's not taking it, they didn't do it all. I mean, when they came back in, it's still my office to get everything logged in, but just in financial terms, not even counting the employees that worked. Like I'd send them up on a Thursday, and they'd have them in the mail for Friday. They probably spent in the neighborhood of $7,000 to $8,000 just on postage. I did. No, I did that.
You did a good job. You did a good job. Very well written.
What's the suck up letter?
And if I need to, I'll make a motion that we endorse that.
I mean, it's just really, and I hadn't even thought about it, but a gentleman with the name of Jeff Berry suggested that'd be a good gesture. Yeah.
Very good suggestion.
I can't take credit for it, I just wrote it.
Gary, you're up.
How you guys doing?
If you ain't no big hurry, just kind of hang loose and gossip for a couple minutes. Jason said he'd be here at 9:30, unless he just not need to be in the conversation.
He needs to be in the conversation.
We'll talk about the weather for a few minutes, unless you're in a hurry.
Not in a hurry, but basically I just have just a couple of points. One, this Wednesday, myself and another employee is going to take an Excel class at Shawnee College. Excel is the program I use to put data in, so this will help. This is a program I've got just a little bit of education on, and I'd like to get a lot more, and I'd like to make the staff member as well. So we're going to be going to that class on Wednesdays, like $55 a piece, and that includes lunch. So
During the day hours?
Tomorrow.
Working hours? Okay.
It's tomorrow, so I just want to let you know that I'm doing that tomorrow.
Who's going with you? What's going?
Butch Jones is going with me, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Excel. I think it's important for people to get much education on itself. Again, the Excel spreadsheet is something I use to put information in so we can assemble it, analyze it. It's just a program, and it's a great tool.
That's Shawnee at Olin, where you going to go do this?
Shawnee and
Olin or Metropolis? Olin.
23 miles. Something like that. So, then I have had, I don't know, there's approximately 25 people have come in with their tax bills that are pointing out, in some cases errors, in some cases what they believe to be errors, and probably, or I need to call that board review again to discuss these certificate of errors. Ultimately, the board has to approve those. So, like in one situation, we've got another related where we entered the information incorrectly, and we need to get that.
To clarify this, for the general public out there, these people who come in, they've received their bill. They don't agree with us, so they're coming down and filing a complaint now, which is for $2,000. It 11 taxes, correct? Okay. Now, you set up a board of review next month or whatever. You can change that for 2011 after the board of review or before 2012.
If I issue the certificate of error, and in that certificate of error, I put in what the situation is. This is what happened.
Right.
And then, like, for example, the one case of that elderly lady, we put in the indicated market value instead of the assessed value, which generated her a big tax bill that she was not expecting. And what did she pay? And she's been calling Floyd's office every day, and I don't want somebody like that worried. So we need to get this board review in. That's just one example. In some cases, I have people coming in saying that their values are too high, which I'm sorry, you had an opportunity to file an informal formal complaint and you failed to do so. Even though some people believe it's my job to educate them, somehow I don't know, but it's ultimately the taxpayer's, property owner's responsibility to understand this process. It's a very difficult process to understand, and it's very unfortunate, but I can tell you that ultimately it is the taxpayer's responsibility. It's their responsibility to receive a tax bill from Floyd's office. If they don't receive it, that's up to them. I mean, we, in my office, their addresses are inputted that goes on the tax bill is out of our office. If we receive some kind of a legal document within our office that says somebody's buying a piece of property, like I'm a prime example. Okay, I bought a property in August. My tax bill didn't come to me. It's my responsibility now as a taxpayer to go up to Floyd's office and get that tax bill and get that information changed in the assessment office. Okay? And that's a lot of cases what happens. People put stuff on their forms that put the correct forwarding address, or they put an alternative address, and for whatever reason, we only input that information. John's office, North Floyd's office, has that ability to change that information. And I think a lot of people think that Floyd does, but his office does not. We are the office that information goes into that produces its way through the tax. And so if an incorrect address is there, it's because our office done it for whatever reason. And in a lot of cases, it's because we had some legal information that said this person owns this property, therefore the tax bill should go to them. Or, like in my case, the tax bills came out, and when I was buying the property, there's no way for anybody to know that. And there's been, we have quite a few transfers that happen, so potentially 2-3 months' time, there could be information that is lagging, and therefore causes the address to be incorrect. But ultimately, it is that property owner's responsibility to make sure they receive the tax bill. And in some cases, and I'm still trying to get people to understand this, if we split off a property, it's an additional year. The tax cycle already runs a year behind, but then it's another additional year before we can split that off, create a new parcel number, create a new tax bill. And that's happened 5 or 6 times. And again, as the supervisor of assessments, I'm going to take any concern, complaint, where people think we erred, and I'm going to take that information, and then I will present it to the board of review. That will be their decision, not mine. I don't have that authority, and that's why it's important, to have these people making that decision. Is having a qualified board making that decision. That way, and again, I think it would help Floyd get some of these issues with tax bills as well, because like I said, this one thing in particular, I feel terrible that it happened, but we are human. So I was saying, Jason, that I need to call that board review in.
Okay.
And if I do that, what I need to do is I need to notify in the paper, and I need to notify in there, and I need to do that. The certificate of errors is the issue.
Okay.
I've got about 20-25 where people have pointed that out, and I need to again bring it to their attention, but let them make the decision, because I don't have that authority. And I just want to make sure. No, I have not. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that I was going to be doing that, just to keep you posted, and that way I think we'll avoid in some of the situations with some people with their tax bills as well. Because, like I said, one particular case, it was our mistake. We just entered the information. We are human. And those are the kind of mistakes we don't like, but there is a process to correct them. It's when you have the issue with the value that, you had an opportunity.
And once again, if someone makes a mistake and your bill goes to a wrong address or gets lost in the mail, if it comes along here in November or so and you haven't received a bill, it's up to you to go find out where your bill is.
It wasn't way past October 23rd.
But, in the past, last year it was November, so how they know. But, yeah, if they don't receive a bill, they should know that you'd be out, but now they go check on it.
And again, the biggest thing I've had people come to me and say, which, I don't have an answer for them, is, well, I don't get the newspaper. And I don't get, you didn't send this information to me. And it's like, well, all I can tell you is we do send notices and we do put it in the paper. That's what we're required to do by statute. But ultimately, I can't stress it enough. I think Lloyd the same way. I can't stress enough to people. It's your responsibility. And it's their responsibility not to complain. I mean, like I said, I understand why people complain because it's emotional. They get very emotional when they get their tax bill and they don't feel it's right. I understand that. But not always can I just fix things. I need to first investigate it. I need to find out everything that is going on. And until it's brought to my attention and we are able to investigate it, can I really give an answer as to why and what's going on? But again, I always tell people, please come to talk to me first, but that isn't always the case. People don't always, I don't know, it's a very difficult process. People, all I can tell people is I would love to offer classes or a seminar, if that would help. I know I had another county that they do that. They have, a discussion or kind of like an open forum for talking about the assessment property tax cycle. I think that would be something I'd be willing to do, but I got to have people, again, it's not a period of time to discuss their personal, their own property. It's just to talk to them about the tax cycle and the process, because it's very difficult. And unfortunately, in some cases, people don't agree. Go talk to an attorney. I don't make the rules. If you don't agree with me, that's your option.
I seen you do that one day when you went up to the community center one day for lunch, and I saw you explain to several elderly citizens in there the process, and they were very, enthused about what you were explaining. And I think you helped a lot of people there that day.
And if there's a way to offer some whatever to do that in the public, I try any opportunity, Rotary, Lions Club, or Kiwanis, anybody, I would be happy to come in and talk about the process. Attorneys' offices, title companies, anybody that wants my perspective. And I'm not saying I'm right about everything. It's just that this is my understanding, and this is the process, and I want to try to eliminate those confusions, especially, John will attest to it, the confusion with the taxes because of how their contract read. I can't hold people's hands and tell them legal documents that they signed that I can't get involved in that, And even though I would encourage people to understand what their assessments are, what their taxes are going to be, if they're buying a home, they need to, I wish I would talk to them before they buy a home so they would know from me personally. This potentially could happen. It doesn't mean you pay X amount that I'm going to reassess it for that, but it's still an indicator of the market, and I think that's the part, and I've got a situation right now that I will tell you that, we all, several properties were affected by the flood, and there are several people who say, well, my property value declined substantially. My answer to that is, based on what? Show me some sales data. Show me listing data that says your area was negatively impacted. Give me an appraisal from a licensed appraiser. Okay? And I will help anybody through this process if they come to me and talk to me and discuss it. I encourage people. Right now is the informal period of time. If you don't agree with your assessment, now is the time to do it because I can address it. Coming up here in the next 2-3 months, I'm going to be publishing, and then you'll have to go through the formal process. And that is a very challenging process to follow and to make sure you're following the rules. I think that's, unless you guys have any questions or concerns.
Gerald, do you have any questions?
Again, I've reassessed, I will tell you, right at 2,000 parcels right now And I will tell you, probably not going to be some happy people. But I'm trying to get it to where it's, my procedure has been one based on market data and making sure everybody is paying their assessment. I'm paying taxes because I don't want to go there. But their assessments and what we're saying the values are very simple. In some cases I've had
roughly 2,000.
our offices.
Is this spread out all over the county or one quadrant?
Metropolis.
Metropolis area is what you're
The whole city of Metropolis and anything within the city limits.
I know you've been hitting them through the county too.
Yeah, I've got to also hit those people that have requested reassessments or situations that's been
I knew you've been doing some in rural county.
Yeah. But again, I'm trying to get all the stuff in Metropolis and as much as I can, and again, it's very challenging, and I'm sure I'm going to have some not happy people.
Oh, yeah.
When you're doing that many, you're bound. I'm in an unpopular job. I mean, I know that.
Very few people come in and say they've been under assessed.
And I don't have anybody yet come in and say they've been under assessed since I've been here. Usually, again, the taxpayer relates it to taxes, and again, John knows I have no control over what county.
Well, they don't dollar amount. They don't.
Right.
And a lot of people have a mistaken notion that the county receives every penny of what's on the tax.
I believe that to be true as well.
And
I think they think I get something. A lot of it. So I'm not sure. And again, I will tell you,
Michelle got a pretty good story of it out that explains the process a little bit.
I will tell you, I need to work myself on making sure I'm a little bit more patient and understanding when people come in and are charged up about their taxes, and make sure that, usually it takes about 5 to 8 minutes to calm people down. And in a lot of cases, we don't have a lot of time to spend with people, to come in and address something that we can't control.
You can't let them draw you into their anxiety.
Right,
You
exactly.
gotta sit there
And that's something I need to work on personally.
Yes.
I think that's a challenge I need to work on.
But it's easy to get drawn into somebody.
Especially at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're just kind of worn out.
We hear all the time somebody for stealing.
Pardon?
We hear all the time somebody for stealing all the time.
Well, gee, would they include me on that? I don't think everything that I've seen, I really don't see where this county is. Gerald, I've been in about 35 different counties, and as far as what I can see from my own experience in offices I deal with, which is the county clerk, treasurer, and assessment office, this county is not way overstaffed or wasting taxpayers' money. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't believe that to be, in my personal opinion. And again, I've been in about 35 different counties, and I think we're doing a pretty good job considering what resources we have to work with. But from what I understand, the tax bills are, the finals due October 23rd.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Then they should have a tax sale, I think, in December. So this should have this tax cycle pretty much caught up, because I'm going to be ready to publish probably sometime by the end of the year, first of the year, that we should be able to get this thing all back on board what the state statute says we should be doing, at least on my end. Which I should have numbers, and John, how does that work with Mantrona? Once I get numbers, and you're like, for example, like Joppa School District, as long as I've got the values, but it doesn't necessarily break up all the places that Joppa School levies against, is that correct? In other words,
You mean for your part of it?
yeah,
You're just doing that region of
because there's
the
snippets.
assessed valuation.
Right, there's snippets that Joppa School District is in that isn't the full township. In other words, I've had them come in.
It's on your codes.
Right, but I can't tell them exactly what their total assessed value is going to be because it's only a part of that township.
Yeah, and they're not really, and actually, Gary, they're not interested in the total assessed value, they're interested in the total taxable value.
Oh, well, yeah, taxable, yeah.
And
yeah.
you wouldn't know that until it's broken down, all your exemptions are taken off. People don't realize what the real assessed value is, but then you have $30 million worth of
and that's where the
exemptions
TIF and the enterprise zone comes in. And I know I've got one situation where there's something with TIF, and I got it still investigated to see what happened, but TIF came off, or maybe it was enterprise zone.
It'd be enterprise zone.
Yeah, it came off.
Was this out on 12th Street?
There's two
With the
situations.
chiropractor's office?
That was one situation, but there was another situation that just brought to my attention the other day, and the people's tax bill reflected. And so I've had two situations with the enterprise zone coming off, and the people didn't know it.
Yeah, because once they apply for it, it's for 5 years.
I know, and maybe in that situation in the future, what I can do is generate a letter that says, hey, by the way,
This will be coming off,
and I'll try to remember to do that, but there's nothing statutorily that says I have to. But people should know, it's good for 5 years.
What happens is a lot of them, the people that get it and lease it and pay them, and then they'll sell the property.
And that's what happened in this situation. And the person got a tax bill, was expecting a $1,000 tax bill, got about a $4,000 tax bill. I would not, I would be upset as well.
It is, but I admit they refuse their tax bill and ask, but that does happen because when the enterprise zone, and I don't think I was clerk when it first came in, but you had the county and the city of Metropolis were the only taxing bodies that were participating. And then years down the road, they say, hey, look, this is not much of an incentive. So somebody took the effort to go to all these other taxing bodies and get them to sign off on it. And then it was like, it was 100% exemption on the improvements for 5 years.
And again, I'm still learning some of this because it's not something
Which was, quite substantial, but when it comes off,
oh, yeah.
it's boom.
Yeah, and that's what's happened. One situation in particular, another one, it wasn't as bad, but still, they were like, what happened? I don't know. And usually, in some cases, depending on, because I've got one part-time person right now that is maybe gone 2 weeks out of the month. And so there can be some communication lagging within my office, so I can't always answer people's questions immediately, even though I think they want that immediate answer. I can't always do that.
And like used to, and there was really no reason that they'd always bring. It was one of those duplicate and triplicate type things where they'd bring me the application in. Well, I had no way of entering the information in the computer, and they take the assessment, the information, and they basically kept the files down there.
Right now,
but then again, until you sit there and look and say, okay, well, they've been on there 5 years, they come on this year, right? And
which basically, if it's a new construction, it's been on there for 5 years, and we put it on the tax rolls, it's considered new property, and it's not subject to detail that first year. So that's why that stuff is very important to make sure we've got. Any other questions or anything else?
No. Pretty well done. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. If you can stop by for a second.
Yeah, I will. Get that information after I look.
Yes, I did. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary.
You bet.
You want to raise another question, Dad?
Do you want to come in my office?
I'm right at State Board of Elections, and you all are thinking for their assistance they gave.
Yes. I've got everything. I know exactly what happened, and we'll talk about it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.